He does.
I do? Okay. You always talk about it being a product of a good swing, but I mean, you guys lead the nation in homers right now. It's a lot of good swings.
I didn't know that. I don't, I'm not a statistical person. I'm more concerned with the quality of bats and the charts that we have for quality of bats. We chart every game. We chart most of our practices as far as so they understand what a quality of bat is. And going up there and swinging at your pitch versus the pitcher's pitch. You start to understand the meaning of words when you say a home run is a byproduct of a good swing. Well, we've been taking a lot of good swings, and I didn't know we were leading the nation. It's nice to hear, but it's not what our goal is. Our goal is to win softball games, and we have a better chance of winning games when we put more and more good swings together. And today's practice, we're working on a phase of the swing, and yesterday we worked on a phase of the swing. So, putting all these things together, so when they step in the box, it's not something new. It's a rehearsed practice. So, they're starting to understand the words and putting those words into application.
This is obviously a good team, nationally ranked team coming in. Is this maybe the biggest weekend to date?
Well, I mean, again, it's really dependent on the definition. We say that the most important game of the season is the next one we're going to play. We don't look past that. We don't look, behind us other than to learn what we may have done wrong. But it is a very important game because it's the next one we're going to play. I mean, you don't need to worry about winning a series until you win the first one. And then if you win the second one, you got the series. And if you happen to win the third one like we did at Ole Miss, then you have a sweep. So we take it one game at a time, one pitch at a time, one inning at a time. So again, the most important game of the season is going to be Friday night at 6 o'clock.
The Kentucky team, what do they do really well?
Everything. I mean, they were in the College World Series last year, and they predominantly have the same team. We were watching film on them today, and it is the same team that you saw playing the College World Series. They've got some good hitters. They've got a great pitcher. They've got two young ones that are throwing well. Their defense is sound. They're well coached. So anytime you play a team that was in the College World Series and everybody's back, you know that they're going to be a quality team, and you have to have quality at bats and bring your A game.
In terms of the names, you got a lot of the same people back, but some of them have taken big leaps forward, just in terms of statisticals with Jade and everybody. What's been the key for all those people making big jumps in the second year?
Understanding the words. I mean, last year it was fresh and it was new that they didn't have the experience to put with the words. But when you have the words and you have the understanding, and now you're really just working on the application, it becomes a little bit easier. So everybody this year, including the coaches, we're all sophomores. So we're that freshman year's behind us. That was I almost said a naughty word, but I mean it was a hell of a first year for everybody. I mean, because there's growing pains and there's learning pains and everything else. So right now the knowledge is better, the understanding's better. So that's why we're more successful. And I mean, you look at the four players that had very good years last year, they're having very good years again. So, but it's nice that we have more because it's just that experience, that knowledge, the trust. And I think it's also a belief system more in themselves. There's less frustration. They know that they're not perfect. They're not going to get a hit every single time, but they have the ability to control the at bat. And if they put a quality at bat, hey, listen, you take the outcome because hey, it was a good at bat. So I mean, the understanding of that, that's the key thing.
Are you happy where you are pitching wise?
Yeah. Or what's our record? 20-something.
29 and 2.
29 and 2. I mean. I told the girls yesterday they got 29 wins and I got 2 losses. I give them the credit for all the wins. I mean, again, you look back at why we lost games, and we weren't beaten in either one of those 2 games. We lost it. And if you lose a game, it is because of the fact that you didn't do something right. whether it's a coaching thing or you didn't show up to play with the same commitment and focus and concentration, that's something that, we as coaches need to, be able to get them snapped out of. So, we could have easily been 31-0 coming into the game, but we make no excuses. We got what we deserved because we didn't have our A game and we weren't as locked in as we were for those other 29 games.
In terms of the danger of your lineup, when your 2 and 6 hitters are probably putting up numbers that most 2 and 6 hitters don't put up, do you feel that you have one of the more complete lineups, especially right now?
Oh, I think we do. I mean, right now, we're extremely tough 1 through 9, depending on what we do and which direction we go. And we've been playing good enough defense so that we could, really address that hitting side. So we're very fortunate. If you look at, you mentioned too, I mean, she's leading the team in RBIs. That means that 7, 8, and 9 are getting on. I mean, Tiff's had a great year, but Emily has been driving in more than just Tiff, so that's 7, 8, 9. And when you got Morgan, who was hitting down there, and Courtney and Carly, getting on base, they're scoring runs. So it's nice to have that opportunity instead of having to turn it over like we did last year, because really last year, we had our run production came of the first 4 hitters. And right now, we've had series in which 6 through 9 carried us, and that's a great feeling when you can have that. And we tell everybody, every game we have a different hero, and it's going out there and just doing what's expected from you as the athlete, as well as what we expect as a team.
You guys have created a lot of excitement. Do you feel that among Auburn folks?
Oh, yes. I mean, we're real excited for them because, we're hoping that the crowd is just huge. I'm not sure about the weather we're supposed to get as we stand under these rain clouds right now, but we said at the beginning what we want is a great fan base to come out and interact and have an ownership of what we do. And come out after the game and talk and visit with the kids and take pictures and get autographs and be a part of the Auburn family, not just sit in the stands and watch. We want you to interact. We want you to be a part and have that feeling that you are part of Auburn softball. And we feel that with the emails that we're getting and the people on the street that stop and say, "Hey, aren't you a softball player?" "Yes, sir." "Yes, ma'am." And say, "You guys are having a great year," and it makes everybody smile. And yeah, sure, and that's what we're trying to do. And if we can continue to play like we are, I think it's going to even get better.